Hello, my sunshine, and welcome to a new episode of the Hot Girl Morning Podcast. I am so excited to have you here. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about silencing your mind, about listening within, and trusting yourself. In times where social media is so big, and I guess probably most of you who are listening spend a lot of time on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, Pinterest, Snapchat, Meta, whatever else is existing out there. It sometimes feels like there's so much outside noise. Everyone is telling you how you're supposed to live your life and what you're allowed to do and what you can't do. And it sometimes feels so exhausting hearing all of that. Fun fact, or fun, is it fun? I don't know. I don't know what recently happened with Instagram. My Instagram reels used to be just motivational reminders, just beautiful nature, beach, ocean waves, this kind of stuff. And something changed with the algorithm that people were talking to me so much. And I was just like, it was just like, here, 3 mistakes you're making, and that, and that, and that. And this is what you have to do. And I feel like sometimes hearing so many opinions, so many people, so many things can be so exhausting. It can be so draining because you're spending so much time watching other people's lives instead of living your own life. And something I especially do not like about that is all the rules that they put out. All the, if you want to be successful, you have to wake up at 5 a.m. and you have to do those 7 different things. And do not get me wrong, I'm in a self-improvement bubble. I probably have said something along those lines before, and I may say something along those lines in the future. But something that is always so important to me is that you realize that you are unique and you're special. And there is no one rule that you can just apply to everyone. Maybe there are like some things that could help like most people, but people are different. You are different. And I am so sick of hearing, this is a mistake you're making. This is what you need to stop to do. And this is what you have to start doing. Like if you're listening to just 1, 2, 3 videos like that every day, like that's all right. But if you get bombarded by hundreds of them, it's just like, oh, stop. And kind of the intention that I have set for me this year for 2024 was to, instead of getting so much outside information, and especially since I am a business owner and there's a lot of like doing with social media and strategy, and then there's so many different strategies, and this is what you're allowed to say, and this is what you cannot say, and this is the hook that you need to use, and if you don't do this you will fail, and this is why you haven't had these numbers. Oh, this is all so exhausting. And this year I have set the intention to myself to listen more within instead of listen to all these outside voices. I have heard a lot about the strategies. I think I know a lot about them, but if it doesn't feel aligned, I'm not doing it properly, and it of course then doesn't work, and then it's more frustrating. So I have set the intention to listen more within. And I think this is something that can apply to all of us, that in the end, often we already have the answers within us. And we're looking outside to find the answers. And we're looking for more and more and more opinions to just get really to make the right decision. And sometimes to make the right decision, it's not about gaining more information, asking more people about it, but it is about listening within. And often I think that is something that is so beautiful to me, our connection from our body and our mind, and how your reaction with your body can often tell you what you need to do, what decision you want to make, and what decision you do not want to make. There was a couple of, was it already years ago? I don't know. There was this trend on TikTok. And it was basically, you record yourself, you make a video talking about, I think it was like if you're like have like partners that you're or guys that you're interested in or something like that, and you do like different videos talking about these different people, and afterwards you watch this video in like muted, and you just look at yourself the way you talk, and often you can already see like with the facial expressions if it's like if this person is good for you or good for you in your life, or if you're truly like in love, or if you're not in love and you're just trying to tell yourself that everything is all right. And I found this concept to be really interesting because often, like when it happens to me so often, like I always co-work with a friend together, and I sometimes need advice on something. I'm just like, should I do this or that? And in most cases, it is that I'm already saying what I want. Like it is so easy to read, but sometimes for me, hard to recognize. And it's so nice to have a friend who's just like, this is such an easy job for me because you're literally already telling me what you want to do and what you do not want to do. And I think often it's just about being honest with ourselves, with what feels right and what feels wrong. And if there's a decision that you're making and you do not have enough information, then first gather the information that you need, gather all the facts that you need. But yeah, just recognize and create times of silence. I probably talked about this 100 times before, and I will never stop talking about that. But I think often we're so stuck in our day-to-day life, and it is stressful, and there's so many projects, and there's just so much going on that we forget to do what is most important, and that is just to exist. And we're working so much towards becoming better and better and improving ourselves at all times. Like I love it. Like I'm in a self-improvement bubble, of course. Like I, to some extent, I love it, but I think this whole self-improvement, working on yourself, shouldn't get to a point where you cannot rest. I think it is about working on yourself, but also being mindful of where you are right now and enjoying the path you're on, and allowing yourself to be happy while you're on that, and allowing yourself to just be. So, this is something that I love to do. This is something that gives me so much joy and so much energy and helps me truly to reconnect with myself and with my intuition. And it is to go outside, go into nature, take some time to take like some deep breaths and just be, and just let go, and just let your mind run wild and tell you what to do. Because we have this beautiful tool, we have this beautiful soul, we have this beautiful body, and we have this beautiful intuition that is telling you what to do. And I know sometimes it's difficult to recognize, okay, what is now your fear telling you and what is your intuition telling you. And I feel like the intuition is not something that is stressing you in any way. The intuition is like this soul direction guiding you. And fears are often like they feel forceful. They feel like you need to hold on to something. And if you do not do this, like what is going to happen? And I believe when you create the times of silence, when you do your meditation, when you go out for a walk, when you take time to just be and breathe, and to allow yourself to listen within your body, the answers will find you. You will know what to do. And if you're not at a point to make a decision, maybe it's time to gather more information, to try some more things. Because if you're anything like me, you're a multi-passionate human being. You get excited and passionate about so many different things. And it's really hard for you to decide on what to do and to really focus on something. You tend to start with things, but you do not finish things. And I think That's maybe like is it contradicting? No, what's the right word? It's like, I don't, a lot of people say it's so important that you like end everything that you start. But I think if you recognize that what you're doing right now is not what's the right thing for you, then it is okay also to recognize, okay, I'm going to do something different now. I think it's such a beautiful thing to try different things in life and just realize what are the things that you like more about it, what are the things that you do not like about it, and then like go for the life that you want. And take time every day to listen within, to listen to your own voice. I think on one hand, they're like the outside voices that, or of people that you do not even know. They're like the social media people, or through social media, you see a lot of people's lives, you see their highlight reel, you see all of that. And maybe you have also people in your life, like your parents, your family, some friends that have opinions. And it is okay that they have opinions and that they maybe say them once in a while. But it's important for you to recognize, is this my opinion or theirs? Is this the right person to go to for advice in this specific area? Because if I'm being honest, I'm not from a family that has like that they're self-employed and they have their own businesses. So me doing my own business, like, that was something that was very new and very scary for my parents, and they were just, it was very difficult for them to support me on that journey. But I had to recognize that they do not have the information that I have. They do not have the dream that I have. They do not have the experience that I have. And they are not the best people to go for advice when you want to start your business. Then you have to go to different people. And I want you just to recognize, to be very mindful to which advice you're listening to. And the most important advice that you need to listen to is your own. Your raw, honest advice, like the things that are going on in your mind when you're creating those times of silence and when you're letting go of the fears and the worries. And it's not about letting the ego voice decide about your path. It is about taking responsibility about your life and being in charge of it and making decisions and realizing what is the life that you want to create. And for you to then also realize, okay, what are the steps that I need to take? What am I doing currently that is hindering me from getting there? What is stopping me from getting closer to that? And it's about you making your own decisions. It is about listening to your own advice. It is about listening what your heart is telling you to do. It is about listening to that spark that you feel when you get so excited. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live your dreams. And I want you to be excited about the path that you're on. And I want you to truly enjoy it and not just rush through it. I want you to take the times of silence to listen within what the direction is that you want to head in your life. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you need any help with all of that, with like going for your dreams, with figuring out what your intuition is telling you, because I know sometimes it's difficult to figure that out on your own. I even have like free calls that I offer, free 30-minute calls. So if you feel like you need some help in that direction, feel free to just let me know. I always love to get to know my listeners. So you can just head over to Instagram at greta.webhofer, greta.webhofer, and let me know there. And if you need some help, I would love, from the bottom of my heart, I would love to be on your side. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye.